Tawney. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some new makeup that I got. Not all of them are new, but most of them are new, and if they're not new, they're new to me. So I just kind of wanted to like try some makeup on, and yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I just put my primer on. It's not currently new, but it is the newest one I have. Primer is not something that I like consistently pick up at the drugstore or anywhere, so it's not something that I'm like gonna constantly have a new one of. But there's also some products that I don't have new of, and if you can think of anything that's like worth picking up, definitely comment that down below. And while we're at it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell somewhere down here so that way you can get notified whenever I update. And yeah, we're gonna jump into it. The foundation I'm gonna use today is the Rimmel Stay Matte foundation. It is full covering and mattifying. And Emily Noel talks about it a lot. Like lately she's been talking about it a lot. And I was like, you know, I had it and I didn't really like it. And it wasn't that I didn't like it. Like I liked the way it like looked on my skin. It was just, it's a very moussey texture. Like it doesn't really move, and if it does, it's gonna come off in a clump, not like drip down my hand, if that makes sense. And I think that's kind of hard to apply to the face. Like it says it's full coverage and it'll apply everywhere, but like I just applied it and I don't really see like much of a difference. So I kind of feel like while these are full coverage, you do need to apply a good bit to make sure that it like covers all the areas that it needs to become full coverage. Like it's hard to explain. It's not really something I would consider full coverage. I would consider it more like medium or even light medium, because I just don't feel like I feel like you need to use a lot. And that shouldn't really like classify it as being a full coverage foundation. But I think the shade might be too light for me, but we're not allowed to shade match anymore. And they don't have, and I think I bought this at CVS, and I definitely didn't have like a tester that was like, even though it's covered up, it's still a tester to like, hey, that's my shade. Like I think they should either have like models that it's on, so that way you could see that way, or have like a strip underneath like tape or something, you know what I mean? Like so that nobody has to touch it except for the person putting the strip there or whatever, but like so you can still see what it looks like, but without having to like open up the tube and test it yourself. Because I would usually like open it up, dab a little bit, and then put it like right here, and I realize that's unsanitary, and most of the time I would get the shade right, but like when you're using a tester and stuff, it doesn't really like, everybody's doing that, putting it on their face. And I try not to do it with ones that aren't opened unless I'm like 99% sure it's gonna match. Because like, see, it looks nice, but I could definitely see my natural skin coming out. And like, I guess I was just never pleased with the coverage. Like if you're gonna claim to be a full coverage foundation, be full coverage. Like I feel like if you can't be complete full coverage, then like, I don't know. I feel like, not that they're lying, but like, I just feel like lied to, I guess. And I'm just like, why would I want to use that if it's not going to perform the way that it says it's going to? Like when that's what I expect, that's what I want. And when I don't get that, then I'm just like, I'd rather use something that is full coverage and that claims to be full coverage. And, you know, the concealer I'm going to use today, I don't know what to use. I think I'll use the Colourpop Pretty Fresh concealer. I know the foundation just came out, and I saw it on my Ulta the last time I went. I think like my Ulta, the one that's in my local area, not the one that's like 2 hours away that I sometimes go to. But they had it on like a back part of the store, but they didn't have anything close to my shade. Like I literally would have had to be like medium to dark in order to buy. Like I'm pretty sure they had nothing below that. And I was just like, I know you're not like that, people aren't that excited that it's going to be sold out, because we're not an area where like people keep up on the fashion trends and like the makeup trends. Nobody around here really watches. I know like 3 people that watch YouTube videos about makeup, and one's my sister. So, and like I don't think Colourpop is a brand that people are going to be like flocking to like crazy on like the first day of a release. Especially like, because a lot of people around here that are into makeup and stuff, they're more the type that like go after MAC or Urban Decay or It Cosmetics or Bare Minerals, and like they go for more of the traditional, like what you think of. And like the older people even, they'll go for Estee Lauder or Laura Mercier or even Covergirl. Like I know one woman that she's like, I don't even go to the high-end section because I know that it just won't work. I just do Covergirl. And I'm like, you can find things that work for you. She's older and she has wrinkles and she knows that. So she's trying to find stuff that works for her. And it's great if she finds something that does. But it's like, you can find good things from good brands that you don't expect to be a brand that would work for you. And you can make that, you know what I mean? Like you can make it work. And I feel like sometimes people just don't put the effort because they're like, well, I found what works, so why bother? But I mean, that's good. That's all up to like personal preference and like what you want to try with, I guess. I don't have a new powder, but I'm going to be using the Bite powder because it's the newest one I have. It's the Changemaker Flexible Coverage Pressed Powder in Light 1. I probably could have gotten Light 2, but I wasn't allowed to open the boxes, so I had to go off the box. And I'm thinking, I don't really want my powder to be too dark because I don't want to be putting like bronzer all over my face. But then at the same time, having it too light can kind of wash you out. And with it being summer, I'm a little bit like, maybe I didn't get the right shade, but there's nothing I can really do about it. And I'm using a Chic brush. I found it at Big Lots today. I thought the lavender color was really pretty, and I'm like, even if it doesn't work, it's like a good all-over powder brush. And that's what it claims to be. So I was like, well, I'll just use it for powder, and then, you know, it's really, really soft, and I really like it. I really like the purple. I think that's what drew me into it immediately, like, initially, was just the purple shade, because I don't have anything similar to that. I have my, the Wet n Wild P70 brush. It's like, I think it's their blush brush. And I think it is tinted a little bit at the top. I know I haven't really washed mine lately, but I'm pretty sure it is tinted just a little bit. And I mean, I like it, but it's the most different one that I have, aside from like anything with like a fun brush handle. But nothing's like fun in terms of like the bristles and stuff. And I feel like I kind of want something that does have that. I'm like closing my eyes and just blindly going in with this. I don't know why. And then I did this and I felt like Cher and Clueless. But my nose is a little red today, so I guess I do need to cover that up. I hope that brush fits in there. I have too many brushes. But I decluttered like 2 that I don't use, but the rest I do, or at least somewhat use, so that it's not like, they're not like taking up space. Like there's stuff that I will get use out of. So I don't really feel too bad keeping them, even if I'm not currently using them in my rotation now. But I've seen people that have a lot more brushes than I do, so I don't really feel too bad about having so many brushes, especially when I am cycling the ones that I don't want out, and I know what I do like to use. So I guess it's not like so bad that I have that. I'm like kind of blindly putting my my eyebrow product on, and I know that's probably why my eyebrows look like crap all the time. But like, they just need filled in. They don't honestly even need drawn on. So then I'm like, well, what's the point in trying to make them look like super fab if they already look decent and they just need like just a little bit of work, you know? Oh, I think I need to pluck right here. On this eye, I have that mole that like stops the thing, and I just know to pluck around the mole. Over here, I don't have that, so then I like don't know how far to go down, and then sometimes it like bothers me because there's like random hairs because I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere tonight. I'm probably just gonna hang out here at my apartment. It's already like 5 something, somewhere around there, and I just plan on chilling at my apartment, watching some TV on my computer, maybe on my TV, who knows. I don't really like sitting out in my living room because it shares a wall with my neighbors, so I just typically hang out in the bedroom with the guinea pig and watch stuff on my computer, play Animal Crossing on my Switch, and text people on my phone whenever I get texts and whatnot. Not that I'm like that important that I get texts all the time, but like if I see something funny or my sister sees something funny, she'll send it to me and vice versa. And yeah. So I'm using the Makeup Revolution Prime and Lock. It says Long Wear Eyeshadow Primer. I've been using this for a while now, like 2 weeks I would say, and I'm not wild about it. I hate to say that, especially about a product that I know other people on YouTube here have liked, but like it goes on and it's a little oily, and I'm not a big fan of that. Like, I know that sometimes they'll say like no oil and they're still a bit oily, but that just like worries me. And then I'm like, I don't want my eyelid primer to crease whenever I'm trying to prevent my eyeshadow from creasing. And I'm just like, I don't know. I use it and it works okay. It doesn't work spectacular. It's no Milani eyeshadow primer, I'll tell you that right now. And like, sometimes I get creasing, sometimes I don't. I think it kind of honestly depends on like the weather outside. Like if it's super hot and my eyes get a little bit oilier than like normal, then I think it starts to act up a little bit more than if it were like normal weather. But then at the same time, like, you're supposed to work all the time. You're not supposed to just like casually work, you know, like whenever it's convenient for you. But yeah, so for today for my eyes, I'm going to be using the E.L.F. Retro Paradise palette. I think I might have talked about this before. I'm not totally sure, but it's the newest palette that I have, and I'm really excited about it. I really like the pictures of it, and it probably was because they filmed them near a pool, and anything about pool and like summer and stuff like really gets me excited. And then I also have, it's With Love Cosmetics, I think is the brand. And I have 2 of their glitter eyeshadows, and they are like gorgeous. Like this one's like a rose gold type. Like you can see more of the gold, but I can see more of the rose color here. And then this one is like pink with gold flecks in it. And the swatches were both things that I knew I would get use out of. But whenever they swatched it, there was like, you didn't need anything underneath to like help the pigment. Like it had its own pigment to it. And I just thought that was like really cool. Plus I wanted to support an indie brand or like a lesser known brand. I saw this on Instagram and I was like, you know, I'll give them a shot, see what works. And you know, they weren't that expensive. They were like $8 or so for the glitter. Okay, they're a little bit like, they're coming on like this one right here came on really chalky, and then this one came on kind of okay. We'll have to see how they go on the eye. I'm a little nervous, especially with glitter, because I don't do glitter very often, and when I do, I just kind of feel like I don't do it right, or it's like a pain. Because I've been using the face halo to get my makeup off, and when I take off glitters or like anything with a lot of shimmer, not just like an easy shimmer, but more of like a glitter sparkle shimmer, then it tends to get all over my face for days. And it's kind of like a pain in the butt. But then I don't want to use like reusable makeup wipes or disposable makeup wipes because it's bad for the environment. And the whole point of buying the face halo was so I didn't have to do that. As I throw away a tissue and get out a new one, I need to find a new system, like get an old washcloth or something. Like I have plenty around here, so it's not like I can't do that. But like I think I need to switch to that kind of a system. And like, yeah, and just like get a new one each time I do my makeup and stuff. I want to get a white eyeshadow to put as my base for, for my makeup, so it'll make my eyelids pop a little bit. I honestly don't know what palette I have over here that has a white color in it. All of them have like, and I don't want to say a neutral nude because nude is different to each person, that, you know, but they have like a basic like light tan color. I honestly have nothing that has white. What the heck? Why are these brands coming out with white shadows in their palettes? Nope, that one doesn't. I know Lorac doesn't. Oh, okay. That wasn't the one that I already dropped. Okay, we're good. Now, looks like I'm just going to be using Canvas from the E.L.F. palette because that's all I seem to be finding. I need to get the, I think it's called Smoke Show. I think they had a previous name for it. It's the E.L.F. black and white and gray palette. I need to get that just to have it for like when I want to use blacks or whites or grays or any kind of like gray shimmer, because gray shimmer, kid you not, used to be like my thing back in like high school, like early college years, because I started college when I was 17, like right after high school. And I had been using one E.L.F., or no, it was NYX. It was a NYX eyeshadow, and it was like a silver metal, and I would basically just rub it all over my eye and be like, yep, looks good, that's fine. And not that I do any better with my makeup looks now, but I definitely don't do that. I mean, I don't mind doing like an all over one shade type thing, because then I feel like it's not so much monochromatic, but it's just less fuss, and I feel like it looks more natural than trying to like match all these colors and make them blend and stuff. But that's just it's just what I think works. I'm first went in with Canvas, and now I'm going in with Fuego. I think this palette is nice. I think it's a good one for the drugstore. I think it's definitely a nice, you know, option to have for people, because most brands, sorry about my washing machine, but most brands I feel like don't come out with very colorful eyeshadow palettes, and if they do, the quality is not good. And while I wouldn't say E.L.F quality is like awesome, it's no Colourpop, I still think that it's like decent enough that you could get away with using it and like it would look nice, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just putting that all as my transition shade, but I'm also bringing it down a little bit on my eyelid. I'm not going to try and tell you how to do your makeup in this video, because I don't really know how to do my makeup. I'm just going to tell you how I'm doing it, and then if you want to like critique me in the comments, just be nice about it. Or if you like are young and you want to copy me and like think that what I'm doing is cool, then go right ahead, because that's what makeup's for. It's just try it and see what works. I don't know, I think I'm going to go in with Spiced because it's more of a reddish color. I really like Bahamar, I think that's what that's called. I don't know. I really like Sip Sip, but I can't make blues work. For some reason, blues are not my color. And then Tropicana, I actually might use that today. I think I might do that on the lower lashes. We're going to go in with Spiced on the upper lashes first. And I have noticed a little bit of fallout with this palette, but nothing like horrific. Nothing that like makes you not want to use it. But it's definitely something to think about if you hate fallout. I think that most fallout, like level, like the amount of fallout, I don't really think, like I can handle up to like when your whole face is covered in it. Like I don't mind that, especially with like glitters and stuff, because I almost expect that of glitters, so it doesn't bother me. But like there's sometimes I can notice that there's fallout, and it like annoys me a little bit, but not really that much. It only annoys me if it ruins my makeup, because I'm already not good enough at my makeup, and then whenever it like screws up what I've already done, then it's like, are you kidding me? I just did that and it looked decent, you know. I put that on my outer corner, and then I'm kind of just like blending it in with what's left on the brush. I'm not trying to purposely put it on the inner parts, I'm just trying to make it look a little bit more cohesive with what's left. And I'm still using the same brush from the beginning, because that's what I do. Yeah, so, and I also got the Chic shadow brush, and it kind of has this like, it's like squished, it's not quite as like that, and I thought it would be kind of nice for like my I mean it is, well it's a shadow, but for like your crease, or even like underneath your eyes. So that's why I'm going to go in with Tropicana, and it matches the brush so well, look at that. Yeah, I said that right? I was like, oh my gosh, no, that's not right. I feel like the white would have really made these colors like pop. I'd love to do some sort of like, I don't really know what to do. Like a very pastel-y looking with like this and Bahamar and Fuego, and see like what I can do with it. Because I think that like kind of like a 90s, 80s, it's like, I'm thinking like Cafe 80s and the place that they hang out in, Saved by the Bell. Something that's very like quirky and just kind of like different, just something like that. I've seen a lot of people do, I think it's like the no gravity or something eyeliner looks, or like the reverse eyeliner or something like that, whatever they call it. I've seen them do that before with these types of colors, but I don't keep colored eyeliner. I'm barely lucky that I even have an eyeliner, to be quite honest with you, because I don't do eyeliner. I tried to buy the Makeup Revolution Renaissance Flick, and I tried to use it like after I was done doing my makeup and just like playing around with it, and I just felt like it was too difficult even for me. Like, not saying even for me as if I'm like experienced enough, and it was like, but like for so much of a beginner that I used to do eyeliner on the top lid, but it would like not be a wing or anything, and then I used to do it on my bottom lash, and then I was like, well, that's dumb because I don't, you know, it just kind of like closes your eyes off and stuff. And I'm just not a big fan of that anymore. Plus it hurts my eyes. and like make some water really bad. But I think that looks kind of cute. Like you can kind of see it. But I like this brush. It doesn't fit, but I like it. But forget what I was saying. But yeah, I just think like there should be an option for like beginners that have no idea what they're doing. Like absolutely no idea. But they do not. I think I'm gonna go, oh, excuse me. I think I'm gonna go in with sea salt. And it's like a glitter, you can kind of see it. It's a glitter shade. I'm gonna go in with that on my inner corner. I really like the way it looks because it adds that white but also the glitter. This is probably something that you might not want to do. I don't think these glitters are that chunky like Colourpops, but if you don't feel comfortable with glitter that close to your eye, I would recommend not using this shade. Just, you know, eye on the side of safety rather than trying to do it because you think it looks nice or because somebody you like on YouTube's doing it. Like if you don't feel comfortable with it, then don't do it. Because in the end, your safety is the most important thing, and someone random on YouTube that doesn't know you's not going to care that something happened to you. You know what I mean? I kind of want to use both shades of this, but I think I'm going to go in with this shade. I have no idea what they're called. And I just took a big chunk out of the one. I think that's the problem with glitters, is that they're just so chunky. I want to use a brush, but I don't feel like a brush is going to apply it very well. Oh, I should use glitter glue. Oh, okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this with glitter stuck to my finger and just hope that I can put the glitter glue on without getting the glitter everywhere. I use the NYX glitter primer, and I've heard a lot of people say that it's really good, like from the drugstore and everything. I know a lot of people like the ABH glitter primer, and I think somebody else has a good glitter primer. I don't know if it's Urban Decay or not, but I think this one works really well. I've never had any issues with it, so I would definitely recommend it, especially since it's from the drugstore. And I don't think it takes off much, if not any, of your makeup, which that's a good thing, because I'd hate to add a glitter primer that takes off all the stuff underneath, and then it's like, well, sometimes you need a base for your glitter, you know? I'm gonna let these dry just a teeny bit. Okay. Whoa, look at that. My camera's not the best, but I feel like you can see that through the camera. Ooh. I really like the iridescent greenness to it. I think that looks really cool. I always have a problem with my eyeshadows going too far up into my crease because I have such like hooded looking eyes. I wouldn't say I had hooded eyes. I honestly don't really even know what that means enough to like claim if I do or not. I wouldn't say I do, but at the same time, when I look up like this, you can't even see my eyelids. So I feel like that's a problem for me, and it's such a problem for like applying makeup and stuff, because I feel like it makes it so much, like so difficult to put stuff on the lids. Okay, so what I'm noticing now is that there's a big chunk of pink right here, but the pink is not the thing that's like the star. It's like the iridescent-y looking color. You can kind of see the pink right here. I'm not really a big fan of that like chunky spot right there, and as I'm trying to get it off, it's not really coming off. I'm getting like little to no fallout, which is great, especially with using the glitter primer. It is very chunky, so I'm assuming it's good for your eyes, because why would somebody make a glitter and call it like a glitter eyeshadow or whatever if it's not good for your eyes or safe for your eyes? But I also feel like there should be like a disclaimer too, just for us stupid people that like don't know or just assume. But I think it looks really nice. I wish there was more of that pink to it, but I do definitely see like the underneath, it has like a pink to it. I really do like it. There's like a teeny bit of fallout, but it could just be from my fingers. But so far I really like it. I think the quality is really nice, especially like, yeah, I think that for like, not saying for a glitter, but like some glitters you get and there's like no underneath, and then it like, you have to rely on the underneath color to like boost that up. I feel like that doesn't need that, which that comes really in handy. I think the Tati eyeshadows are like that too, and I've used one of the glitters before and I really do like them. I think this is like on par, and for an indie brand that's really awesome. The mascara I'm using today is the Almay Liquid Lash Extenders mascara, and it is the most new thing I have in terms of mascara. I need to try more. I have the Falsies Lash Lift thing from Maybelline and I freaking love it. I want to get into like more mascaras, like especially newer releases. So if you know of anything, definitely put them in the comment section, even if you're watching this from like 2080 or something, if I'm still alive at that point. Because I was born in 95, so I'd be pretty old at that point. But like, you know, if it's a couple years from now or a couple months or whatever and this video is really old, definitely feel free to like comment below, and I'll still, you know, still see them, still appreciate it, still be interested in trying stuff, because you never know if it's something I have tried or not. I think this mascara works really well in the upper lids. I think it's definitely adding that, like, I don't really do like curl because my eyelashes are naturally like pretty curly in themselves. I mostly just go for like, I just want them to stick out. Like, I guess that'd be like the volume or something. And I think this is definitely doing that. My eyelashes are getting a tad like stuck together, and I have taken my makeup off and cleansed and stuff recently, so I'm not a total fan of that. It's not like a whole lot, but it is enough for me to notice it, which is then gonna bother me. And I noticed just a teeny bit of glitter on this, but not enough to like bother me. I hate whenever I use glitter, and then whenever I go to do mascara, the mascara wand gets covered in glitter, because then I'm like, I don't want to wipe off the wand, but I don't want the glitter to get mixed in with the mascara and then to ruin my eyes because I have glitter stuck in my mascara, if that makes sense. So for bronzer, I do not have a new one. So I'm just going to be using the E.L.F. Primer Infused Bronzer, and this is in Forever Sun-Kissed, because again, this is one of the newer ones that I have. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in my bronzing areas. I think this is a really nice bronzer, and I think it goes really well with like my eye look for today, because it does add a little bit of like deepness to my skin. Like, it's not deep, but it has that, like, I definitely think they were right in calling it sun-kissed, because I think that it's just perfect. It's like the perfect shade. And I didn't buy these for the longest time when they first came out, or maybe I did and I threw it away and got rid of it, or like decluttered it. If that, like, I don't throw stuff away unless it's bad, like it expired bad. But like, I don't know, I just didn't keep it, but I really like it, and I really want to try some of the blushes and see how I like them. But yeah, I think this is really nice. It adds, like, not a contour, but like it adds a little bit of that dimension so that my face isn't entirely like washed out or like just bronzed. It has a little bit of like that cool undertone to it that it helps my face like sculpt a little bit. So I don't have a blush either. Oh no, I do have a blush. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot. I was so excited to buy this. So I had to think of the name of the brand. Physicians Formula posted a picture on Instagram about one of their butter blushes, and it looks nothing like this, but it looked stunning. And I was like, what color is that? And they said it was vintage Rouge. So I was like, well, I'll go to my CVS the next time I'm there and pick it up. Well, I was there like the next day, and they had it, and I was so excited because I think this is a new shade for them, and I was like, I have to try this. So I do like their butter blush formula a lot better than their highlighter formula. I think the highlighter formula is just a little bit too like chunky for me, and then they start to like de-pan. Like, I noticed the pans look a little weird, and one of them like busted in the pan. Like, it didn't like explode or anything, but it kind of like shattered a little bit and like crumbled. Like, I guess crumble's a better word. This one's not really showing up, and what it is showing up is more of like a bronzy shade, which honestly doesn't bother me, and with this look I feel like it really works. I'm starting to see it warm up a little bit the more I use, which I guess sometimes with these you have to like go in a bit more with them just to try and get them to like show up a lot. But I definitely will keep using this because I like the formula, and I think even if it's like a bronze topper, I'm definitely like interested in that, because I think that's like a really nice thing to have in your makeup collection, because some days you're not into a blush but you want that little bit of like color to your cheeks, and I think that's a good like alternative. So for my highlighter, I have multiple things to talk about. I have the With Love Glow Palette, and I can't really show it because the purple shade busted, but there's a gold shade, a lighter gold, and then like a more nude light tan shade. And I didn't really plan on using the purple because purple's not like really my thing when it comes to highlighters, but I'm still kind of mad that it broke, and I dropped my highlighter brush, so we're going to use a new one, but I cleaned it, so it's fine. But recently cleaned it, I should say. But like, I'm just kind of mad that it broke, and then I contacted customer service and never heard back. So I'm hoping they'll get back to me, but yeah. So I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade and put it on the high points of my face. I think this is a really nice highlighter. It definitely packs a punch, so it's not gonna be one that, it's not gonna be like subtle or anything. And it even has a mirror to it, which I really like. I like the packaging. Not really a big fan of their logo, but I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But I think it looks nice. It has a little bit of like purple pinkness to it, but that doesn't really bother me. But yeah, I think the brand is really cool. I'm definitely interested in more of their products. I would definitely recommend their glitters. Their eyeshadow palette, I mean their highlighter palette's good, but you can definitely get ones cheaper, because I think that was like 20 some dollars for that. And then the glitters were like $9 or something. And now I'm going to go in with the E.L.F multi-dimensional face and body shimmer. And this is in the more like pinkish tone. It has like some gold to it and stuff. It has like a scent to it, and it's not like an ocean scent. Like, it's not like coconuts or anything. But it has like some weird scent to it, and I think all over the body is not bad, but overall it's just not really like my favorite scent. But I will have to say, after I apply it and like am done doing my makeup, I can smell it and it smells really good. So there's that. I had another product to use, but it didn't really go with my look, so I'm going to save it for another video. And now I'm going to go in with the Essence This Is Nude number 5 Legendary Lipstick. And then I have some new glosses to try, which I'm really excited about. And these smell really good. Like, they're a tad bit overpowering, like a little bit too much. So if you don't like fragrances, I definitely say like you're not gonna like them. But I think they smell pretty good. And for being like a really cheap drugstore brand, I think they work really well. Okay, I think that looks nice. So now I have 2 of the Maybelline Lifter Gloss and Hyaluronic Acid lip glosses. They look like this. They give me KKW vibes, but I'm not mad about it because we love an affordable dupe that looks the exact same. I say that, but then I'm like, don't come after me. Like, I don't want you to think I'm supporting like dupe brands that do that. I used to, but now I can see that it's a problem. I'm going to go in with the shade 002 Ice. The other shade that I have is 006 Reef. I think the names are pretty cool. I think this one, I think they had like a plain glitter, like a plain gloss that was like clear, and this one's more like a pink tone. I've used this once before, and they smell really good. Like kind of vanilla-y. They're very like, I can feel it. And it's very like it's not like sticky, and it's not like pulling my lips. But I'm definitely like, it's a bit thick, and I don't like a thick gloss, but I don't really notice there being a problem with these after I put them on and like wear them a little bit. I have a really hard time putting the lid back on because you have to like push it down and then twist it, and for some reason it doesn't want to push down and twist at the same time. I'm just blotting a teeny bit because the gloss is like intense, and it makes my lips look like a little bit too wet. And not that I like don't want them to look wet, I'm just like, it's a lot. So now I'm going to go in, I haven't used this in a while, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Dew Mist, the Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist. I really like this. It smells a lot like alcohol, which I'm not a big fan of, and you have to get the mister like this to even get it, which I guess isn't bad because I have the 4th Grade Beauty Glisten Up thing, and whenever I use it, you have to put your arm like so far away to make sure that it doesn't like, because it like attacks your face, and I'm not a big fan of that. And I feel like I use up too much of this because it doesn't come out very well, and like I'm not a big fan of that. But yeah, but so eyeshadow palette I'd recommend. The foundation, I think that's up to you to decide if you want to go with something that's more moussey of a texture. It does kind of sort of look like it's full coverage, but I wouldn't consider it full coverage. The powder I would obviously recommend because I've used it before and I liked it. The blush I'd recommend, the bronzer I'd recommend. My eye products I recommended even though I didn't talk about them. This highlighter I think you could skip because I just don't think it's like the greatest, but that's up to personal preference, and I didn't really spend that much money on it that I'm like upset, you know what I mean? But I think it was like $8, so it was kind of pricey. The With Love Cosmetics Glow Palette, I would say that's up to you. I think you could get better ones at the drugstore, like the Makeup Revolution one's really nice, but the glitters I would definitely tell you to go for. And yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about today, all I have to recommend. Let me know if you have any of these products down below in the comment section. Let me know if you like them, if you didn't like them. Let me know new products that you'd like me to try out. Remember that I do try and stick to drugstore / affordable products, so I will not be testing out any $60 eyeshadow palettes or $80 foundations. Like I don't have that kind of money. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell down below so you get notifications of when I upload. And thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.